Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager series. This is episode number 48, and today we have games against Manchester City and Arsenal in the Premier League. But before we play those games today, I'm going to show you how Swansea have been getting on off camera, and also our draw for the first knockout round of the Champions League. So in the last episode, you saw our 2-0 victory over Liverpool and then our 1-1 draw against Juventus in the Champions League group stage. That was the penultimate game of the group stage, and as you'll see as well, after our goalless draw against Watford, we played the final game of the group stage and we beat Olympiacos by 2-0. So 2 games into the 6 off camera, we had a draw and then a win, and this win against Olympiacos meant that come the end of the 6 games, come the end of the group stage, we would top our group with 13 points and progress as group winners to the first knockout round. Now, hands up, who thought after the 5-0 battering we received in match day 1 against Juventus away in Italy, we were going to top the group? I mean, seriously, just incredible. Honestly, I cannot believe how well we've done. You know, I really can't. It's extraordinary. It truly is extraordinary. I'm lost for words, really. To have won 4 of our 6 games and only lost once after losing the first game 5-0. I mean, extraordinary. What a turnaround. And those 2 games against Porto, really, I know it sounds pretty obvious, but they were the big reason as to why we did qualify and as group winners as well. So what a fantastic campaign in the Champions League group stage, and we are through to the first knockout round. Still, that was the first 2 games of our 6 played off camera. Then we returned to the Premier League to beat Norwich by 2-0, and then we beat Leicester by 4-1 away from home. Another game where we were trailing at half time, and I made some changes which turned out to work really well. We won the game by 4-1 in the end. Mahrez came on the bench to score a brace. I mean, it's crazy. Like, tactically speaking, I can't believe this, but this season, I don't want to jinx anything going forward, but all of the changes so far are working out for me, and it feels really good. It's only taken me 6 seasons, but still, following that though, back-to-back games against Derby and West Brom, both at home, where we should have won comfortably, but instead could only manage draws. In both games, we came from behind, but that doesn't really excuse anything for me. These are 2 games where we really should have picked up back-to-back wins and instead could only get a point in each. So 4 drop points there. Very disappointing, but it does mean still we are top of the table with 17 games played. And it does mean as well that come the end of the 2 games in today's episode, if we win them both, we will still be top of the table at the halfway stage. So 2 bad results in a row, but a good chance for us to still be top come the end of the halfway point if we can win both of our games today. We have let United get back into the title race though, and I am not happy with that at all. But still, also worth pointing out too, you may have noticed on the fixture list, we have had our Champions League first knockout round drawn as well. We'll be taking on Roma over 2 legs, the Italian side, first leg away in Italy. And I must say, I'm pretty happy with that draw. It could have been a lot tougher for us, but to face Roma, they're a pretty decent side. You'll see their team right now in 2020. It's a pretty decent side, don't get me wrong, but I think we can beat them. I think we can take them. After beating Elf the competition in the Champions League group stage and topping the group, I think we can take Roma. I really do. So I'm looking forward to that tie, and hopefully we will be able to progress, but it will not be easy. But either way, for the first game of today's episode, we are in the Premier League. We take on Manchester City away at the Etihad Stadium, and this is the team for the game. Sticking with the 4-4-2, and this is the lineup. Horn is in goal, back for George, Rakik, Marlon and Chambers in midfield, Sisto on the left, Bentancur on the right, and in the middle, Sam Redmond and Pip, really? Is that his new nickname? Pip, is that his nickname, Docs? Brilliant, it's Pep. How can you mess up a 1-syllable name, you stupid idiot? But it's Pep, who's actually got his ginger mohawk back. Maybe that's why I was thrown off. He's got his ginger mohawk back. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. He keeps on going back and forth to the barber. Seriously, it's crazy. He doesn't know what to have as a hairstyle. But still, up top together, Esposito and Barbosa, and on the bench, Adrian Vezo, Mayo, Allen, Sigurdsson, Mahrez, and Callum Wilson. So first game of the episode, then we take on City away at the Etihad. Let's get the 3 points and let's stay away from Manchester United. And here is the first highlight of the game, with Rakik clearing the ball towards Esposito. He plays it long towards Barbosa. Company misses the interception, and Gabriel Barbosa runs through to put the ball into the bottom corner and make it 1-0 to the Welsh side. 24 minutes in, a long ball over the top, and City skipper Vincent Kompany failed to deal with it. Wow, the floodlights have gone out here at the Etihad Stadium. All that money, but they can't afford light bulbs. Still, great ball through by Esposito. That was a really quick joke there, Docs. Well done. Barbosa ran through. Kompany couldn't keep up, and Barbosa with a finish makes it 1-0. I just praised myself mid-commentary segment. What am I doing? Is it that rare I make a clear, concise joke, which is actually kind of funny, that I have to praise myself instantly, straight afterwards? Alright, so half time, we lead by a goal. Very pleased with that. I must say there was very little to report in the first half. Not too many chances. In fact, I think that Barbosa chance may be the only proper one of the first half. But either way, we do lead by a goal. Let's keep this up. Come on. And so as we approach the hour mark in this game, we still lead by a goal. We are a much fitter side than Manchester City, it seems, right now. Maybe that's the reason why we're winning at the moment, due to the fact we have more energy. And I did decide to rotate a lot of my squad in the Derby and West Brom games, and maybe that's why we couldn't get the win in both of those games. Having a fresh, normal, regular first 11, a stronger first 11 for this game, seems to be doing the trick. So again, it's another big tactical decision I've made, which seems to be working out for us. Because of course this win is going to be a very important one for us, because we'll now be going 12 points clear of Manchester City, and I would say that any chance of us qualifying for the top 4 really does hinge on these big results, you know, these big games and getting the big results. And this season we're doing a lot better at getting the wins against these really big sides. And the game is approaching its final seconds, and as Willems throws the ball in, the referee blows for full time, and we get the win away at the Etihad Stadium by a 0-0. A very drab match, barely anything going on in that game, but we got the win. And it wasn't the best of performances, certainly not the best performance we've had all season long, no doubt about that. But we get the 3 points, that's all that matters, and we stay top of the table. And with a game to go, if Manchester United lose their game in hand, that will mean that guaranteed, with a game to spare in the first half of the season, we'll be top, and that's what I really want to see. Through 19 games, I want us to be top of the table. So, not the best of wins, we got the 3 points, that's all that matters. What a season Swansea are having. And look at what has happened to Spurs as well. Last season, they pipped us to 3rd place in the table, and this year, 19th place. And their squad is really good. What on earth is going on? And just before we play the Arsenal game here, the transfer window is now open. Some big bids here for Rodrigo Bentancur, but he's going absolutely nowhere. One of the reasons why I'm so glad we signed Bentancur right at the start of the series is because what you might not know is that he's homegrown here as a player that was trained at Swansea, and so very important, not just for his ability alone, but also due to the homegrown rulings as well. So Bentancur is going absolutely nowhere, and the board have asked me if I'd like to change the season expectations as well. If I change the Champions League, which, let's be honest here, we shouldn't, even with half a season still to play, fall out of the top 4, I'm still going to say no and keep it on European Cup qualification, because I just... pessimism, fear, anxiety, or is fearing the worst, it's part of my personality. So even though there's like a 5% chance at most we'll drop out of the top 4 due to our really good form in this first half of the season, I'm still not going to do it. It's not worth the £6 million gamble. I'm too worried. What can I say? And you can see the bids flying in now for our really good young players, but they are going absolutely nowhere. One of the things we need to do with Swansea, if we are to win the title this year, is keep hold of our star players. And although they would prefer to join a bigger club than Swansea, that's for sure, we need to keep them here at any means possible. So yeah, they're not happy about it, but they're staying. Simple as that. They're not going anywhere. And as we come into the second game of today's episode, then we take on Arsenal here at Liberty Stadium. Manchester United just played their game in hand against Newcastle and lost at home by a 0-0. How about that? And that means that going into this game, we can play without pressure, because we will know at the halfway point, regardless of what happens in Manchester United's 19th game and this our 19th game, we'll still be top of the table at a halfway stage. So what a season we have had. And say so far, what a season we've had so far. Don't get ahead of yourself too much. 19 games in and we'll be top regardless of what happens in today's game. We would still like to win regardless and have 2 wins from 2. So this is the team for the game then. The exact same formation, exact same lineup, but I'll go through it regardless. Horn in goal, back for a George, Keep, Marlon and Chambers. In midfield, Sisto on the left, Bentancur on the right, and in the middle, Redmond and Pep. Up top together, Barbosa and Esposito, and on the bench, Adrian, Vezo, Mayo, Allen, Sigurdsson, Morris and Wilson. So second game of the episode, we take on Arsenal here in Wales. Let's get the 3 points and extend the gap at the top of the table. So first highlight of the game, then it comes to us with Esposito cutting inside here and getting onto his preferred left foot, and he fires the shot just wide of the post. There weren't too many chances in the last game. We still managed to go away with the win. Would love another 3 points here. It's not too important if we don't win, but back-to-back wins against 2 of the big sides in this division, it shows that we're beginning to really improve our form against the bigger clubs. That big club mentality, we've always talked about it, I've always wanted it, and maybe now we're starting starting to get it. So not the best of games then as we approach stoppage time and now enter it, still 0-0. And it looks as though that is how the game is going to finish, and it does as well. So a goalless draw then is the final game of the halfway stage in the Premier League. Does that make sense? Not really. I'm not going to say that we should be winning these matches because Arsenal aren't a bad side at all. But we weren't really unlucky either because we didn't really create anything. So I'm not entirely sure what to say here. You know, I really don't, because that never works. I could say nothing, but you know what? I'm just going to say we were unlucky. I'm going to lie to them. We were unlucky, even though we weren't, because I don't want to slate them off. I really don't, because at the end of the day, we've got to be positive. What a fantastic first half of the season. 19 games in, 46 points. And top of the table, Swansea are top of the table halfway through the Premier League season. We may be at the Capital One Cup, but we've been drawing the FA Cup third round against a non-league side. And in the Champions League, we're through to the first knockout round in this, our debut year in Europe's most prestigious competition. I mean, no matter how you look at it, what a fantastic first half of the season. Absolutely incredible. And despite that goalless draw, 19 games in, top of the table, only one defeat, 46 points. I mean, let's be honest here. This has been a start which... I mean, considering it's me managing this side, no one could ever have predicted 6 seasons in. So 19 games played, we are top of the table. This is how it looks, and long may it continue. There's still a lot of football to be played. There's still a long way to go, but we are top of the table. And I have to say, like, I believe, like, I genuinely believe, half a season to go. I hope I don't eat his words, but I do believe we have a very good chance of going all the way to claim our first ever Premier League title. It's a bold statement to make, and I'm a very pessimistic person, so to be saying it, I'm surprised at myself. But after this first half of the season, I do believe. So what a fantastic first half of the season, then top of the table, into the first knockout round of the Champions League, and everything's going together pretty nicely here in Wales. But that will end today's episode though, guys, so thanks for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like, because likes are of course much appreciated and really help the channel grow as well. I want to show you the Roma game, of course, so what I'm going to do is come back for that one. I'll play for the entire month of January. You'll see any new potential signings in the next episode, and we shall return with this game against Bournemouth at home in the Premier League, and then the first leg of our Champions League first knockout round away in Italy against Roma. So thanks for watching today's episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then please leave a like. Much love to each and every one of you. I hope you have a fantastic Monday, and I'll see you for the next episode in my Football Manager series very soon.